there was a period of your career when you were in these clashes some time ago.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
Looking back, any regrets about those?
It's just a vibe. It's just fun, yeah? It's not really.
Vibes, as in Vybz Kartel?
Yeah, Sean, well, go on. There, on the way to Europe. We're doing Germany. We're doing Amsterdam. We're doing France. Then we're doing Wireless in London. One World Boss. Remember them now get my show. Once every 4 months them the show. And then them did I charge my price, but I dead for hungry. But it's under my nose. Cloud.
Me know enough people who no wave Gaza flag, nor hail Vendetta, or even follow dancehall deep, must I wonder, wait, where that come from? How them reach ya so? Well, today, me a go reason it out for you, my fam. Cause from the very start of Kartel and Alkaline tension, the songs, the subliminal shots, the interview this is, all the way up to the big Cliff Hughes interview, this is the first time Alkaline sit down with a Jamaican media personnel in over a decade. Alright? So back in 2013 to 2014, Vybz Kartel was already locked up for about 3 years. But he still didn't get featured on every radio, every corner, every dance. His music wasn't slowing down or fading out because the Gaza fan them did stay loyal. And Kartel whole persona, the genius, the controversial king, was still running the place. Then here comes this new dancehall sensation where people were forced to reckon with. Alkaline, real name, Erland Bartley. Tall, slim, him skin look like him did a bleach, hair well neat, but it was the eyes that caught everybody by surprise. The black eyeball them. The whole of Jamaica did a ask, wait, what is? This youth mad? People swear say him tattoo him eyeball them. Him risk blindness just to stand out. But later we find out I did contact lens. But by then, his image was already concreted. And then the lyrics them start drop. Him sing song like Things Me Love, 1, 2, 3, Church Folks. The songs were raw, edgy, sexual, violent, rebellious. But it all sounded familiar. Almost too familiar. So, naturally, the comparisons start flying. People start say, this remind me of Kartel when him did a bleach out. Some say, a Kartel 2.0 this, youth a follow at the blueprint. And honestly, you can't blame them. The shock tactics, the style, even the way Alkaline handled controversy. It feels like he studied Kartel playbook, chapter by chapter. Even the media pick it up. Bloggers, radio man, TV hosts, everybody a debate. Is Alkaline a genius? He just know how to bust using controversy? Or is he just a Kartel clone, riding off of the world boss name? Alkaline, to this day, no admit none of it. Say him start follow Kartel shadow. Bounty Killer, an elder in the dancehall, even way in back in 2016.
But Alkaline now, how is he figured in all of that? Because some say he took his style and whatever from Carter. But do you see him as part of your family, your bloodline?
No,
Based on the fact that
he's a bloodline.
he's,
He's stealing Cartel's style. It still doesn't make him a part of our family.
okay.
But everybody have influence in music.
Yeah.
Just like when I came out, I have influence of Shabba and Buju, and you could hear it in my music. But it never really made me a thief them style. It was just they are the dominant one in my days coming up, and that's what you're listening to. And you never intend to pattern it, but that's what playing and that's what giving you the vibe.
Okay.
So emulation gonna be there. Or imitation, anything you want to call it, but some people don't want to admit that I heard music and like it, then make it seem like I dream and just come up with music, me alone.
Still, fans on both sides started forming camps. You have Gaza Nation for the Cartel fans them versus Vendetta for the Alkaline fans. Things really kick off when the subliminal disses turn into open musical war. Alkaline and Cartel began firing shots in their songs, sometimes without even calling name. About late 2016, Alkaline dropped a gritty track called Ricochet, widely seen as a direct shot at the time to the incarcerated Gaza boss.
Boy step out in the war and slap himself. If I try shoot one corner, end up shot himself. Ricochet off of the wall and knock him.
Point, Alkaline basically I say, him ready for any confrontation musically. Shortly after that, Cartel released an intense counter-reaction. Round corner. Cartel basically shot lyrical bullets at the youth, letting everyone know, say him might not be here physically or musically, his presence must be felt in dancehall. The musical tit-for-tat continued into 2017. Cartel dropped tracks like Close Casket that fans interpreted as an aim at Alkaline.
Don't want them white the wet dance fool from them as fool. Never broke a fight.
Alkaline meanwhile kept up his silent but deadly approach. Him released songs with one-man lyrics, but still rarely ever said Cartel outright. It was a war of who could style who without even calling name. Fast forward to a few years later. The rivals still a go on in a song. Alkaline Music showed he wasn't backing off the contender role. In one of his later 2024 tracks, Dangerous Youth, Alkaline DJ, we a gangster, them a handicap. Many listeners took this as a jab at the artist who can move freely. Hello, Cartel was still incarcerated. Indeed, that imply say him out here in the streets active while certain man locked down in a cell. On Cartel side, him always find a way to respond. Plenty of his song had clever wordplay that fans suspect to shade at Alkaline's image. And on social media, Cartel's team wasn't shy at all. They often made posts crowing about Cartel's king status or mocking any challenger. Throughout all of this, both artists maintained core fan bases who defended them fearlessly. Vendetta fans them say Alkaline are the new generation leader, innovative, and him a run things since Cartel lock up. But Gaza fans weren't having it. Them say Cartel are the goat, and no matter what, Adi. Him influence and catalog too powerful. Anybody eclipse? The clash mostly stayed lyrical. No physical confrontations. But make no mistake, the rivalry, real and intense. In January 2025, after Kartel was released, Kartel gave an interview and him addressed Alkaline direct. His words give a clear picture of how he viewed the Vendetta youth.
I like his music too, because he was giving us some music that it made me reminded of you.
I know.
An artist named Alkaline.
I know. You said remind me, of course, obviously, it's him. So I know.
Is there an issue there between them? Because I could never tell.
No,
between
no
his
issue.
communication and your communication, and at one point they want to tell me so I make songs after each other.
I've never seen that kid before. I mean, and one of the reasons you just said it too, and that's a good point. The generation that he came up in, they embraced him as their cartel.
Yeah.
So that's why you got a lot of props from them as well. It's not just because he does good songs. They just wanted their own cartel and they got one.
But you embrace everybody. You embrace Poppy and everybody else.
Yeah.
Why does it seem like, obviously maybe don't come from the Gaza branch, right?
Yeah.
Or the Gaza tree necessarily, as in you had the direct handle.
Yeah.
But the style and the whole feel kind of makes people feel like what you gave. Why isn't there, that maybe that relationship there? Why do you think?
I mean, I've never given it much thought. To be honest, I've never given it much thought. I mean, I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? I'm just not a fan. But
the interviewer even pressed if Kartel had a personal issue with Alkaline, or if them could ever link up.
But of course I respect you. Is there a possibility that that relationship, could even be
No, because remember now, I don't need props from anyone except my fans.
Yeah.
They're the ones streaming the music. They're the ones, paying their hard-earned money to come to my show. So I don't know. And people always say that. I don't know why. But why would I need props from someone that everyone knows is biting my style?
So, Alkaline might have been hot, but in a Kartel eyes, him a imitator, and Kartel no give him no ratings. The Vendetta fan them never like this at all. But Alkaline himself stayed silent, as usual. He never run go over IG for rant or anything. All we know is the interview set the stage in early 2025. Kartel basically dissed Alkaline openly on a big platform. Naturally, people wondered if and how Alkaline would respond. Little did we know the answer would come not in a song, but in a live interview of his own a few months later. For years, this man was like a phantom when it come on to press. Over 10 years, Alkaline avoided on-air interviews in Jamaica. His silence was deafening. It became part of his mystique, but everybody had their own opinion about it, of course. Fans say I just him style that. He's an introvert. But some of we are going to go even deeper. Some people say maybe him afraid of tough questions. Or him can't defend some of him lyrics in person. Either way, from about 2014 till now, you couldn't catch Alkaline on a radio or a TV program locally. This was Alkaline's last interview before now.
Going on, Eng.
Blessed lobster.
There I know.
My first question to you is why you didn't do Step?
I had other engagements.
Oh?
Yeah, me did have a show on that date.
So you would have done it if you weren't contracted?
Yeah, man, Sting at show, you know. Yeah, so me I say, and the people them would want to see me. But I don't know as me say we have other engagements, you know.
Okay, so those who were calling you coward and that you were shying away from it because of what was coming at you at Sting, you say?
Whatever. Them can't say them want to say. My mind them not have nothing in them just a look at hype. That's what I say. Them just a try lean on somebody career and them not gonna lean on mine. That's what I say.
So why now? After almost a decade of radio silence, what suddenly make Alkaline bring with it out a mystery and forward for nationwide 90th? What could coax the Vendetta boss to let Cliff Hughes, Jamaica's no-nonsense journalist, put him in the hot seat? Simple. Timing, strategy, and a whole heap of curiosity. Alkaline's New Rules Festival returns July the 5th, 2025, and nothing sells ticket like the first unfiltered conversation from dancehall's most exclusive star. Break the silence, control the narrative, ignite the buzz, then cash it at the gate. On July the 2nd, 2025, Alkaline finally sat down with Cliff Hughes in studio, live on air, and YouTube. Listeners and viewers tuned in from all over. Cliff started off with the basic questions like Alkaline's early life, his medication, him days at Arden High, how him get into music, and so on. But a bare one-line answer the Vendetta boss gave. So of course, with them kind of answer there, the viewers online start commenting them frustration. Some of them say it coming like Alkaline never prepared for the interview, or him did annoyed for the like say somebody forced him. Listen, I don't mean say so, but let me ask, when you get that vibes little? Apparently, people was expecting more. They did a look for something, like when Bojudi come out from prison and do him first interview, or even like Kartel's first interview. The people them did want more. But not everybody feel like it was a total disaster. A few of his fans defended him, saying he did rusty or he looked nervous after so long. Now, this is where the interview got spicy. So far, the interview was chill. Some people call it lukewarm. But you don't know, veteran journalist Cliff Hughes now gonna make Alkaline come sit down for a whole hour and not drop the big name everybody been waiting to hear. The name was guaranteed to raise the temperature every time it mentioned. Vybz Kartel. As soon as Cliff Hughes call Kartel name, it's like the whole studio freeze and everybody on the live broadcast hold them breath. Because remember, Alkaline no normally address Kartel directly, especially not on air. But now, after nearly a decade of silence, everybody I glue to hear what him a go say. Them a wonder, would Alkaline dodge the question? Would he put the beef to rest once and for all so we can get a Kartel and Alkaline collab? You see that Kartel? Me not go even tell you what him say. We want to hear it for myself. Just know say the man drop a one-liner will make the place mash up. I'll Cliff himself shock. The internet turn upside down.
Oh,
there was a period of your career when you were in these clashes some time ago.
Right.
Yeah?
Right.
Looking back, any regrets about those?
It's just a vibe. It's just fun, yeah? It's not really.
Vibes, as in Vybz Kartel? No. No. Okay.
Isn't he locked up?
Yes.
No.
Uh-huh. But now you have moved on from that.
Right.
Yeah? And where are you now in terms of your music?
Yeah. What's that?
Now, tell me what you not think in the comments below. Alkaline take it too far? Or you feel say the man have the right to handle the cartel question just like how he do it? One thing is for sure. Dancehall no boring when these two names are go against each other. The Cliff Hughes interview gave us a rare moment of direct conflict via conversation rather than a song. Now, Alkaline's little remark has everybody debating who won this round. Some say Alkaline showed confidence and disrespect in true clash style. Others say Kartel living in Alkaline's head rent-free for him to even respond so cheeky. But at the end of the day, me not tell you who for crown or who for this. That's up to uno fans. I won't tell you when me think either. Because this rival too heated and you the audience have to be the judge. What we do know is that the history between Vybz Kartel and Alkaline just gained another dramatic chapter. So, what do you make of all of this? Do you think Alkaline handled the cartel question the right way? Or was it a weak move? After hearing the history and the hype, who you feel will leave the war? World boss or young lad? I want to hear your thoughts. And just like that, we've come to the end of the episode, people. But before you leave, like the video if you enjoy the reasoning, subscribe if you want more real unfiltered Jamaican culture. Share it with a friend who loves dancehall. And tap the bell so you don't miss next drop. Bless up yourself. Stay safe, stay wise. And until next time, soon link up again. One love.